Welcome back, everybody, to another 10-minute eye test video. I'm Sasha with Arcanum Ventures, and
I'm Carmelo, as always.
we're here to run through another project. We are going to find something that looks kind of interesting. It's on the market. Maybe they're raising funds. Maybe they're going to launch a token. We're going to take a look at our favorite crypto rank. We're going to take a look at the website, the socials, and if we have time, the white paper. And then stay tuned to the end of the video where both Carmelo and myself are going to give our own rundown and verdict on the project. So, you ready to check out the project, Carmelo? I think you don't really have an idea of what we're looking at right now, do you?
I have no clue what we're looking at, but I'm excited. Born ready.
All right. So here's the fun thing. Um, this seems to be a mix of a few things. And so if you go on CryptoRank, they've got a great list of IDOs, IEOs, and ICOs upcoming. And guess what I saw? Right here. Coming on May 13th, May 14th, a project called Fitburn with the calorie token. And so I saw this and realized, okay, we're going back to move to earn, which is interesting because I thought that trend kind of died out after stepping. So, yeah, we're going to dive into this one. Some fun numbers here. Looks like initial market cap of 850K, a public raise of 100K across 3 different launch pads. So, Carmelo, when you're ready, I think what we should do is start with crypto rank. I think there have been a couple of complaints where like taking a dive in before starting the clock. So we'll go ahead and enter here and then start the clock first. How does that sound?
Yeah, let's start the clock when you're ready.
All right, and here we go. Okay, so immediately, Fitburn emerges as the world's first burn to earn application at the confluence of fitness and blockchain.
I
Interesting.
don't understand how they haven't heard of Stepin or any of these other. Are they just inventing the word burn to earn? I don't understand how they're the first.
Burn to earn sounds kind of cool, to be honest, but it might be like the same. It might be like the same exact concept. Let's like push people to burn some calories, and we'll give them some earnings. Doesn't sound sustainable at first glance, but if they're making the world a little less obese, one burn at a time, I'm kind of glad with that. Maybe they've got some burning mechanics for their token.
Yeah, have you noticed that in crypto, everybody's always the world's first at everything, even if they're not the world's first? I love seeing that.
I mean, hey man, we're the world's first VC, so it's pretty awesome.
Good point, we
Um,
are.
real quick, it looks like we've got some information on. Ooh, here we go. Private round raises. So, what I'm seeing here is a public token price of 3.5 cents,
Hmm.
and a pre-seed token price of zero point 0.7 cents. Okay, and
So
at first glance,
20%.
that's a little 20%. So 80% discount from public price. That's really alarming. Like already pre-seed investors are well positioned for token launch. This is getting into what we might consider rug pull territory. I don't want to throw that word out there so lightly, but it's concerning.
Guess it's not necessarily a rug pull, but a pump and dump for sure. I mean, that's for the lay people out there, that's a 5x built in on launch. So automatic 5x to start, not a bad move if you're a pre-seed investor.
Yeah, they're positioning early financial partners to make out like bandits, and so that's always a red flag in our book. But in some cases, that can be okay if they've opened up like additional fundraising rounds is due to demand. A total raised of 4.7 million. That seems like enough to build a platform from the ground up. But look at this. Fully diluted market cap 70 million. That's super high for this market, especially for a project like this.
Yeah, I mean, doesn't it kind of matches what they had with these step-ins? Like step-in had major backing, so maybe they're trying to match that. I mean, I keep bringing it back to step-in, but I don't know what else. I mean, perhaps we're going to see now what they're going to do differently or what's new or novel about this. But as of right
Hmm.
now, I don't understand why this needs to be created.
Well, let's dive into the website and see what else they got. Maybe we'll learn something about the token and what they're building. All right, so world's first AI powered burn to earn fitness app, revolutionizing lifestyle and health. Here we go. AI fitness. I've been waiting for this next to AI
Ah,
diets.
that's the new wrinkle that they've added. All right, well, at least they have join our socials. They got, Apple Play Store, Google Play, so they got good calls to action here. The site looks well made, professional. So that's I like what I see so far from the website at least.
And here you go, your favorite first.
First ever in history.
Fitburn, burn to earn. I mean, already this is a decent name for SEO, I think. It's and it kind of tells you like what you're getting into. So they've
Ooh,
got
NFTs.
NFTs.
All right.
Those That's exactly what I'd be wearing if I was exercising in the gym. Um, and they've got a mobile app. So I'm wondering if the mobile app is going to be a sort of community based app where you can talk to other people about fitness things. Maybe they create or crowdsource fitness content like videos, workouts, etc., to host in their mobile app. That's always a good idea if you're creating a platform like this. But it's important to understand that content creation, especially on that scale, if you're not crowdsourcing it, can be very expensive. So if you don't have recurring revenue like membership revenue, subscription revenue, or a really solid supply and demand mechanism for the token to gain some value and then liquidate some supply, that can be unsustainable.
Looks like, all right, well, two observations right now. I have no idea, like usual, it's a reoccurring theme, but what role AI plays in this so far. But I mean, it says AI powered module helps you personalize your fitness. Okay, I don't understand that. Maybe it's more impressive than I can realize so far, but it looks like they're not just doing running or walking like step in. Like it looks like they're actually maybe doing different sorts of exercise routines and serving as more of like a fitness app instead of just paying people to run, which maybe that's why they said they're the world's first. That makes a little bit more sense. And it's more intriguing than I first thought for sure. And that's why it's not run to earn, it's burn to earn. And there's so many ways to burn calories, obviously.
Yeah, I mean there are some workout to earn projects that we've seen before, but none that really so readily market AI. And when I read a description like this, my first thought is something of like being skeptical because if you look at any social media platform like Facebook or YouTube or Twitter, they all have algorithms that propose what sort of content their platform will feed you. Yet none of them are going around advertising AI. And
Mm.
so this is maybe no different from what we're seeing here. They're just going to take like your user activity. They're going to understand what kind of content you're selecting on the app, and then maybe have a really simple equation that feeds you more of that. Can we call that AI? Apparently, we can. Is that something that's being used to potentially fuel a massive fundraise? Maybe. Are we fans of it? I don't know, but I guess we'll learn a little bit more.
I can't really blame them for trying, but it is kind of making me roll my eyes at this point. But just seeing how a few of these AI startups have launched, especially the ones with GPT in their names, it's not a huge surprise that people want to capitalize on this AI hype. Now I'm surprised they didn't say Fitburn GPT, actually. Maybe that would have helped with fundraising.
If this picks up steam, we're probably going to see a Fitburn GPT copycat. Fingers crossed.
What's up?
Okay, burn to earn. So, we're running out of time, and I don't think we have a lot of time to run into the white paper. But from my understanding here is that they've raised close to $5 million across these different fundraising rounds. And what are investors getting? They're getting the token. I don't think they're getting NFTs. They're probably getting the token, the calorie token. And what that means is that they're getting ownership of a digital asset that's being used to incentivize users to interact on the app and exercise a rewards asset. And so at first glance, like as an investor, that's not a great investment, but it can be good in the case of Steppen and other hype move to earn projects that we've seen where they're looking for early liquidity, early exits. They're trying to liquidate their equity against retail buys. So they're creating a sort of like open market circular economy where for them to win, other retail needs to come in late and lose. Not a huge fan of that unless they have like some actual revenue going back to like token buybacks and stuff, which I doubt it. I don't know.
Yeah, and I don't know what NFT memberships and the calorie token, so I don't know what the playoff between those two is and how they interact and what's the point of holding both. I mean, if the calorie token is just a means to pay out people, then I'm not a huge fan of that, especially to invest in. Like, why am I investing in a token that's going to serve as the reward for a whole exercise ecosystem? It doesn't make a whole lot of sense to invest in it. Maybe investing in equity or NFTs makes more sense, but not investing in the token.
Well, here's a little bit more on the token, and I want to say it's a bit disappointing. It's used as a payment method, so they've introduced a payment barrier. In-app purchases that can easily be done with other more commonly used cryptocurrencies, they're eliminating that. They're using the CAL token to be used as a payment barrier to drive demand to it. So they're creating an inconvenience for their customer. Governance rights, like what are they going to do with governance? If they're going to shift this all over to a DAO, that can be messy. Access
Yeah.
to VIP events. What else do you see here?
Mm, Not a whole lot. I mean, discounts on fees. I think this is one of the lazier utilities that you tend to see when you're dissecting token utility. And it doesn't say a whole lot. And then, yeah, the governance rights, that just blows my mind. Like, if that's all the information they give you on governance, then that's like already a massive red flag. It's like, it's almost laughing at the investor. Like, yeah, we'll let you choose some stuff later on, maybe. Like what color the NFTs are going to be for the next generation of NFTs.
And here's the other thing: increased limit for calorie cashback monthly. So maybe staking tokens to earn more tokens.
Yeah.
Oh
Uh-oh.
man,
We didn't
here
even get the
we go.
socials or white
We
paper.
didn't we didn't get the socials or white paper, but whew, maybe we should change this to the 15-minute or 20-minute eye test. Give the people what they want. Well, let's go ahead and call it a day, and maybe we can dive in a little bit deeper after our verdicts. So I think that was a pretty fun and interesting one. Obviously, we've got some strong opinions. We might be wrong because we didn't dive into the white paper. We didn't dive into the socials and understand what the community's talking about. There's probably a lot more to this. And they might even have a YouTube page with some app demos or maybe explainer videos. We shouldn't give them a hard, sort of like definitive judgment, but we can definitely voice our opinion on what they put on the website and what we see for the fundraise. Carmelo, what's your verdict on this one, man?
Um, it's a tough one. I mean, as I said before, if the main investment vehicle is the token, then I'm not really fond of it. Like that token doesn't really give me a whole lot of confidence that it's going to be worth a whole lot, especially if it's part of an earn ecosystem. Because we all know what happens or tends to happen with earn ecosystem tokens. You know, they go down because everybody's selling them. So yeah, you're right. It creates a barrier of entry, and there's not a lot of reason for it to exist. I imagine they're doing it as a fundraising mechanism, so that makes sense. Uh, I am intrigued by the fact that it's a burn to earn. Like maybe it's more impressive than Steppen. Like this might do really well. We have no idea. I would be curious if I had more time to see who the backers are because that also means everything. Like I think if I'm not mistaken, A16Z backed Steppen, so that had to do a lot with attraction and getting them listed on tier one centralized exchanges. So this could be a huge flop or a massive success just based off of the backing alone. And I know that's how most people invest and most VCs invest, but in this case, it is important to look at the backers. So I would be curious to see that. I would be curious to see what sort of partnerships. And as you mentioned, like it's hard to say yay or nay when you haven't seen the product itself, or if there even is a product yet. So obviously, this seems to be a reoccurring thing, but we need more time to look at this. But based off what I've seen so far, I guess I'm intrigued enough to want to learn more about it, which I guess it does the job well. It creates intrigue. But my gut says no, I wouldn't want to touch this as an investor.
Hmm.
But who knows? I've been wrong before,
Who
more
knows?
often than I'm right.
I think who knows might be like the root of my verdict, because I mean, let's look at the facts real quick. Um, They have what seems like a play to earn or blank to earn economy. The token that's being leveraged as a fundraising asset is also a rewards mechanism for users. That means that the value of their equity is going to be diluted with more user acquisition. They somehow managed to raise $5 million pre-sale. And so, yeah, like I want to learn more about this. If at the end of the day, this is an app that's going to help people get more in shape and become healthier, then maybe, maybe like a failing token economy over the span of 2 years is not such an awful thing. The fact that they've got $5 million in funding off of this sort of business model with a very weak tie-in of AI makes me wonder, what are those investors getting? I'd like to
Mm.
know like more about the token vesting schedule for those early rounds. What does that look like? What do those planned exits look like? And also, how do they plan on integrating the token into other features of the product and maybe making it more sustainable, if that even exists? So, yeah, I think my verdict is I'd like to learn more. I'm super skeptical. From what I read, it doesn't sound sustainable, but there might be some merit to the backing. There might be some merit to, how much money they've raised. And also, like, it seems to be a good cause. If it was watch to earn, like watch advertisements to earn,
No.
I would say no without reading anything. So, like, hey,
Yeah.
exercise is great.
All
All
right.
right.
So I really want to do this Roman Emperor thing where I can do the thumbs up or down, but I guess it's not so cool to do sideways.
This looks like a cartoon
Uh,
on my camera.
I guess it seems like that's the best possible verdict you can get out of us. Is we'll see. I want to learn more about it, right? Because, like we said, you're never going to say yes to a 10-minute investor pitch, but saying no is quite easy to do. So if we don't say no, that's actually a decent indicator that you've done your job well as a marketer or as a fundraiser.
That's exactly right. I can't think of any situation outside of like maybe going to the store and buying like a blender if they have two options where I would make that judgment in within like 10 minutes. So I don't think I would be comfortable making an investment based on 10 minutes. But like we said, this is an exercise to see if we can ID a bunch of red flags and decide, okay, this is something I don't want to invest in. Fitburn, good job. This is interesting. I think there might be some more to it that maybe we want to learn more about. But again, good luck with an unsustainable token economy. I hope you've got something better planned.
Well
With
said. Well
that being
said.
said, thank you, sir. With that being said, thank you for tuning in for another 10-minute eye test video. I want to encourage everybody to like, subscribe, do all of the things. And also be sure to leave some comments and let us know what projects you would like us to dive into. We've been using CryptoRank because we like it. It's a good resource for IDOs and IEOs, but maybe there's something hot out there that we might be missing. So give us your opinion. Tell us about it.
Yeah, we
As
love
always, thanks for
comments.
watching.
We love them.
Comments are butter. Let's do it. All right. Take care, y'all.